Oh shit, I forgot to... Okay, so set it properly. Okay, so for those who need to recap, Anon had basically did several bits of character development for Olivia and Nasser, so they didn't get any. And now we're outside. It's the next day. It's been 2 days at the school. Upon entering through the door, something felt off. For starters, Naomi was nowhere to be found despite having been seen walking back in. Nasser already commented on that. Strange. I was talking with Naomi just now. Where'd you go? We'll be in Tahiti by midnight. Turning to Nasser, I asked, talking about what? He shrugged. Just letting her know that we do our study session another time other than Sunday. Sunday school. I guess that explained it. Sometimes I wondered if I ever knew the real Naomi, or if those were just layers upon layers of fake. Although I could imagine Naomi felt that we were stealing her away from Nasser. No, her secret Machiavellian attitude. If Nasser loves Olivia, shouldn't everything that Naomi does get redirected to Olivia as like the more immediate problem? Because I feel that the story should definitely keep that in mind, because you can't just copy Volcano High's Snoot Game story without... You're fucking up the story. Oh shit, someone's posting more jokes from the Minecraft jokebook. Why did the Minecraft player continue playing football with a broken leg? It was waiting to respawn. Why did the Minecraft player immediately text back her friend? She was waiting to respawn. Man, these are some thigh slappers. My thighs are thoroughly slapped. And at the same time, unlike my past life, I don't think Naomi knew that Nasser was never hers to begin with this time. Yeah, but with Olivia, it kind of complicates matters, what I was trying to say. I decided to leave that wriggling can of worms to be opened later, and moved on to focus on the second strange thing today. Students were looking again. Not really at Olivia, or even Nasser, but me. If this is the dodgeball thing, I'm gonna fucking lose it. I should be paid for the mental trauma this has incurred. Where's my health insurance? Where's my fucking health insurance? Would you believe me if I said this year was that I realized Drunken Sailor was in SpongeBob? What? What do you mean? You mean the shanty town? What do you do with a drunken sailor? You know what I mean. Dang. What even? I don't know the full song. But I know it's like not what you think it is. Let me look it up. Let me just look it up. I got Wikipedia open here anyway. So sea shanty. We use an example of a song that was performed to good effect when there was a long line of men hauling together. The tune was noted along with these lyrics. Put him on a longboat and make her bailer. Put him in the garden until it gets sober. Huh. The song text. Jang, that's long! That's what we'll do with a song. Parody verses, additional verses. How interesting. You can give it your own customization. Customize your own shanty with the boys up on deck. With Zach and Cody. You know, watching a bunch of reviews of those shows and like how the quality basically fucking evaporated. Like, oh, we have sets and we have lighting, we have design. No, we have none of that. We don't have background characters talk because the extras would take credit. It's so fucking weird. Brrr. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Man, maybe someday I'll be part of a sea shanty song, but how about we get to the part that matters? Okay, so add-ons, like, I'm having thoughts. Yeah, they're looking at add-on. Oh my god, we're doing this. Sweet fucking Jesus. We just had an entire chapter of just build. Anon, please stop building yourself up. You're stuck against the ceiling at this point, my man. He doesn't know about... There's a millennial sea shanty? What do they need one for? What would they need it for? On TikTok? Is it a TikTok thing? Okay, he's popular. Anon has it all. He's popular. His family loves him. His sister loves him. His best friends are doing alright, I guess. He can make them better by just talking to them for 5 fucking minutes. He followed his advice and he thinks it worked. Cool. Waterworld. I mean, that's a good excuse to learn sea shanties. However, before I could answer, the bell rang. Of course the bells rang, because it's alright, because I'm saved by the... I'll tell you about it later, because he followed his advice. I forgot what the advice was, because the whole fucking scene was weird. Nasser paused, standing with his head. Olivia fucks off. Anyway, Misutsuki was spouting his gobbledygook as usual. Olivia and I trying to decipher it at runtime. I don't really care about the lesson itself. My concentration instead spent on staring at the back of Naomi's bob-cut hair. We had missed the before class, and I couldn't help but wonder if she had gone straight here after leaving the entrance. Ironic how in my past life I absolutely despised the way Naomi forced herself into my life, and here now I was, trying to figure out how I could shove myself into hers. You can shove her into a locker and shove yourself in with her. And why? Maybe I understandably didn't want things to be like before. Maybe I hoped to be worth getting to know the true Dino under all those layers of sickly prim and proper pink. Especially after seeing those cracks in her facade. But despite all that, I knew I was going to have to confront her at some point and call her out whenever she was planning. Especially after Nasa unknowingly revealed some of her meddlings as Mitsuki went to the bathroom. Conversation erupting all around. I was tempted to rise from my seat and approach Naomi directly before another voice interrupted that poorly thought-out plan. Psst! I turned to see Stella trying to get my attention, fumbling, like you've known Stella for a day, fumbling with the cards she gives me cool and cackling. I see you finally noticed me, senpai! I froze up, and then I reached into my pocket to produce a singular bill, offering it to her. Stella, I'm going to give you $10 if you never say that ever again! Stella paused, peering around to make sure that no one was looking as she gave me a nod. Deal! She then took it from my claws, pocketing claws out of the tarot cards. You can't... What even is the $10 as a card? What does the $10 say? So when it was revealed to me, it made quite a little impact at school today. A bizarre impact. A JoJo's Bizarre Adventure impact, one might say. You know, I have 20 more bucks if you want them. I tilted my head, giving a... You're popular now! Yeah, for like a week? Like, isn't the whole point about Snoot Game that this kind of stuff is extremely ephemeral because everyone just forgets about Anon's doxing? Like, shouldn't Anon be like, yeah, they'll forget about this in a week? That's just how school works, Stella. Yeah, don't remind me. Strange, most students would be overjoyed to hear that. No offense, Stella. How many students do you know? About 7. But I interpret you were popular in your last school with how you carry yourself. I wouldn't consider myself popular back in the Sissoic Private. I was known for the most part, I guess I could say I was liked, but here... You've been here for 2 days, motherfucker! There's been a lot of students that are pretending to know me just for the sake of pretending to know me. Well, I can see your point there. Anyway, I'm gonna stop whining now. What's going on these past... I think I've lost track of time. I thought we were like 3 days in, but I guess I lost time of the clock. We're gonna assume an unspecified amount of weeks have taken place. Well, my best friend's finally gotten back from overseas and is in school again. I was talking to her this morning. Must have been Rosa she was referring to, confirmed upon hearing the next sentence. It's a little bit awkward when you do it like that, but hey. I usually want to keep that on the same line for consistency. And she's the head of the gardening club, a club that I'm also part of. Oh, by the way, have you found any clubs yet? This isn't Japan, Stella. So that was what this was about. No, not yet. But I'm guessing you're inviting me to yours? Yeah. Normally, we'll be trying to actively recruit with the recent weather. It's been harder to take care of all the plants and flowers. I paused for a moment thinking about the offer. There weren't many clubs or after-school programs that stoked my interest at Volcano High. Let's put on a different song. Wait. It's a revamp. Let's let it breathe a little bit. Let's let it breathe a little bit. I paused for a moment thinking about the offer. There weren't many clubs or after-school programs that stoked me into Volcano High. The only sport I was interested in was boxing, but there was only football, track and field, and swimming at Volcano High. Odd period. Although I know where that comes from. That's because he edited it later and just forgot about everything. But I suppose if I did want to pick a club where I could work out, ironically gardening wasn't that bad of an idea with how intensive it was. There's also the fact that Thang would be there. Not as an actual club member, of course, but serving whatever detention she'd be receiving in the foreseeable future. That happened, like, next year in, like, the second half. And, well, I guess there's more, implicitly. I couldn't help but want to be there for her. Alright, I'll join. Stella seemed surprised by my decision. Really? Are you sure? I watched her expression, seeing an excited smile grow. I guess I forgot to add another reason I would join the gardening club. Rose and Stella are good company. Yeah, I'm sure. The problem is I don't think I can do any weekends, since I'll be at InGen for Olivia. Just say you're with Olivia. Oh, don't worry about that. We have a very flexible schedule. Any day that Principal Spears decides to meet out school beautification other than after-school detention is when we, on second thought, maybe I should talk to her. Yeah, but hey, as long as I'm not getting treated like a prisoner, I'm happy to help. Stella paused before I saw a smile grace her snout. Hell yeah, we got the triplets. Triple kill. No promises. Hell, let's go for this one, I guess. Let's crank it up a notch. I love candy. Attacking the power of Juju. Oh my god. I don't need more things to watch today. Come on, I even explain we're having another year. The myth of consensual healthcare. The patient consents, the doctor consents, but the insurance company does not. Oh, it's that stupid Jesus meme. Anyway, let me just say hot ziggity, let's get going. I haven't had a chance to talk to Naomi once English finished. The parallel quickly packing her vast assortment of books before leaving in a manner that indicated her experience was of always being on time. Lucky me. By the time I was out... Why is there a comma there? That's not a comma situation. Naomi was already walking down the stairs, obviously not in the mood to be bothered. So, I turned to Stella, giving a small wave. See you in the garden after school? Oh, so? I turned my head to see Stella waving after me. See you in the garden after school, Anon? Nodding, I watched as she smiled. I don't know how to explain this, but the fact that this guy has like 4 verbs that he just hammers like a drum is honestly becoming like a weird sideshow, like a bearded woman. Although with slightly less exploitation, I guess. Walking off to her next class, I waited for Olivia. The Baroness taking a few more seconds to exit after organizing her backpack. We almost made our way down the hallway, ignoring the gazes of a few students before noticing a familiar velociraptor leaving one of the classes ahead of them. Great! Look back at me with that same dopey smile. Sup, comrade? What's up, Olivia? Not much. I fist bumped him. Reed offering one to Olivia. She decidedly returned the gesture. Of all, hearing a few voices speak of nearby. Didn't make them out to be stoned. Reed hangs out with, like, Trish does smoke. There are bonus chapters where it's implied that she gets fucking baked. Dude, some of my buyers are talking about you this morning. Okay. I'm gonna believe a lot. I don't think fucking people who buy drugs from Reed give a shit about that. Like, this Toriyama hand job, I can hear the wet slapping, okay? I can't read. All I hear is this wet of the Toriyama hand job. And for those of you who don't know what that is, Toriyama hand job is... Plague of Gripes invented the term for, like, characters are in Dragon Ball, but they really shouldn't be fighting Frieza. So here's a Toriyama hand job so they can fight Frieza now. It basically is everyone gets a training montage so they're up to speed with the power levels of the day. And it's not really technically applicable, but it is the term to use for if someone gets a weird power boost just because the writer really wants them to have it. For the term as. It's just bad storytelling, really. We're skipping it, because if the writer wants to jack off, he can do that away from me. I nodded before looking around, ensuring no students were trying to listen in as I looked back. By the way, I felt a sudden discomfort, my claws idly scratching the back of my neck. Was everything alright after lunch? Oh yeah, I guess you could technically say that if Anon took on the whole football team, he did it with his butt! The skankiest of skanks. The femmiest of boys can handle the footiest of ball teams. Ugh! I can't believe I just said that. Goddamn. Both said and recorded it. You know, I'm not very smart, am I? I mean, if I was smart, I wouldn't even be here. I've been told multiple times, especially during Christmas, that I should have a better job and be better paid. Shafi, you're such a smart guy. Why don't you work one of those big fancy IT jobs? And it's like, well, every IT job I've gotten so far has basically, they're like, yeah, we're restructuring, we don't need you anymore. Or something else. I can't get the job that supposedly I should be having. How about you find it for me then, buddy? If it's apparently so fucking easy that it's supposed to be lying out on the street. God damn. All right. Let's not get too into it. Okay. Reed paused, a small and sad frown growing on his face. Not really, dude. Fang was upset, like really upset. He looked down. They kind of ditched school once lunch was over. I mean, this is an interesting replacement for the auditorium scene. I'll give him that much. I guess the morning class too, from what Tish texted. I don't think Fang came to school at all today. Oh no, the day isn't over yet, so it would just be today. Fuck. Just hearing Fang. Hold on. This song is a little too optimistic for this. Let's go back to Skin Row Soul. Because I need those smooth, jazzy beats. And I just like this one. It's got the best fucking theme, you know. You know what they say, Luigi. Hold the phone. You know, I was smart today. I was smart about one thing, and that's that I did all my prep work for bed early this time, so that I shouldn't have any. Dang, it's noisy outside. It's like, why would you waste your money on that stuff anyway? Because someone else is gonna buy it, right? Tragedy of the commons is basically what you can get out of the situation. Alright. Alright. Let's calm down. I could open my... Anyway, things are bad. The steering fan was in turmoil. It was like a dagger stabbed itself through getting stabbed through my scales. I wanted to be there for her, but I knew doing so at the moment would just drive her further away. I mean, I would like to point out, Anon, you're a jock and you're popular, and, like, I don't know what to tell you, Anon. You are impossible. You cannot approach Fang anymore. Like, there is a rift between you two. It worked before because you were both giant fucking losers. And now, you're the biggest man. Like, you know what? If this story has the fucking balls to go the direction of Anon, you can't fix Fang anymore because Fang doesn't care about you because you're too fucking popular. I will applaud the man for having that incredible foresight. That Anon becoming someone kills his potential to help Fang is such a... that's a big brain move. But it's too big of a brain for this fucking story, I'm afraid. Even if it's a really fucking great move, and I kind of really want to see it, though. Ah. Okay. I always lose track when I get in those big things. Sorry. Hey man, that's stressing. The way I see it, no one was at Falls yesterday. Was a somber switch from Reed's usual happy self. Though, I just wish everyone would be chill with each other, you know? I looked down. I could only nod in agreement. Yeah. I realized that although she didn't have me or wanted me, at least she had Reed. As much as I loathe to admit it, she still had Trish. Unless, like, someone, again, projectors... yeah. I don't know, man. The author feels like that problem would just get solved the same day, too. They would be there for her, even if one of them wasn't the best of influences. I mean, Reed wasn't really either. He was kind of enabling Trish. It's kind of his sin, his passivity. Being too passive. Go see Fang. Go see Fang when you get the chance. It goes a long way to just be there for someone. He responded with a nod and a smile. Of course, dude. He then seemed to think about it. By the way, I gotta ask, Anon. I understand why Nasi cares a lot about Fang, but, his gaze was surprisingly sharp and perceptive, showing the hidden side of Reed I already knew. What do you? Not trying to side rude or anything, but I know you and Nasi were friends, but you barely know Fang. It was a good question. One that I obviously couldn't give the full truth of an answer to. Obviously, don't obvious twice, man. I couldn't tell him because it was of the shit that transpired in my past life. The Fang and I just couldn't. I mean, you don't have to repeat that. This is self-evident. Like, I don't know. This feels like something you would... You know what I mean. But I didn't know one definitive reason. It was fairly reason to recall with the sign. Maybe I sound weird for recalling this, saying this, but... I guess when I heard Fang playing guitar back Monday, hearing that mellow rhythm, how could I not, Reed? I mean, you played guitar too, Anna, and you could just make that the point. Reed paused, and I could see a flash of guilt in his purple eyes. Yeah, I know what you mean. Fang loves playing guitar. She's really good at it, even when she's feeling down. Shouldn't you be saying the right pronouns, Reed? I don't know what to tell you, man, but I always got the impression you were kind of following Trish and Fang on this. I just don't know. Alright. Using my knowledge, I decided to pry. So why does Fang play bass in your band rather than guitar if she seems to prefer the latter? And I see that Reed is briefly taken aback. Well, like I said at the table, it's unique and stuff. Monetizable. He parroted what he and Trish had claimed before, awkwardly rubbing the side of his neck. And, I don't mind, because, you know... Really? You're just gonna spell out your character flaw? My man, don't spell out your character flaw. That's fucking stupid. That's retarded. Like, straight up. Come on. What was he asking me? For affirmation, Anon, he wants you to confirm that what he's doing isn't wrong because he knows he's being a fucking goober. It's kind of a shock to see Reed look unsure for once. Or at least unsure of something involving something serious, and not anything to do with cough-induced hallucination. I guess that was the issue that Reed and I had, to have an idea of what was going on, but not being able to do anything about it. I could imagine that he wanted to support Fang, but he didn't want to sour things with Trish. There was no clear answer, nor I think there ever could be, but at least I could take solace knowing that I didn't have it in me to do some string-pulling social Machiavellian stuff like Naomi, nor that I want to dictate things like Trish. All I knew was that Fang wanted to play guitar, and I wanted that too. I mean, he doesn't really know what the teacher thinks too much, because he doesn't give a shit. The bell rang, indicating the next class will be starting soon. Reed and I briefly looking up before looking back down. Yo, looks, baby! Well, anyways, I'll see you at math tomorrow. He seemed to think for a minute before smiling. Oh, yeah, music on Friday, too, if you're with Fang. I paused and remembered that Reed was in my music class. Did I see him Monday? Reed seemed to have read my mind. I wasn't at the last class. That doesn't work. Read isn't... like, if it's past tense, it's read, not read. Like, it doesn't work, buddy. That's another one of those, like, pterodactyl with a P adjective for alliteration. It doesn't alliterate. It's the T sound. That's how alliterations work, is they're meant to be a cadence. Not just simple visual projection. You know what I mean. Oh, Chihuahua. I do like the concept of, like, the verb to project or something. I wasn't in class. It was last Monday. I didn't meet a few buyers. Mr. Jingo doesn't mind and stuff. In fact, he sometimes buys from me, in fact. So, if you want me to explain... in fact, he buys from me in fact... Just... like, come on, man. You could make this writing so much better by just, you know, scraping off the fucking barnacles a little bit. Oh. Yeah, it's awesome. You know, maybe you're gonna hang out sometimes. That'd be down. Yeah, sure thing. Two of us went our separate ways. All the while, I tried to ignore the gazes afforded to me by my newfound popularity. For a moment, I wasn't sure this was any better than being completely invisible.